Today we'll be going over our 100% walkthrough for Chapter 2 of Fran Bow, and I'll be linking the playlist for our full Fran Bow playlist down in the description as well as at the end of the video, and I'll also be putting a link to our written version over on our website. And now, let's get to hunting. For Chapter 2, we'll have 5 achievements to get: It Tasted Fabulous, Hello Dolly, I Burn You, Find Mr. Midnight, and Toad on Board. You'll start the chapter with Fran crawling out of the sewer and come out next to a pile of trash. To the right of the piano, there's going to be a little door that you can pick up. Going further to the left into the forest, we can take our pills and go into the ultra reality to see some luciferns surrounding a key on a tree. If you try to take the key, the luciferns will stop you and eventually talk about a comb that you need to get back from a thieving rat. Take your pills to go back to the normal reality and then keep going further off to the left. You'll run into a giant ant, Antonio the Greatest, and a large beetle pig. Talk to Antonio and avoid any options to end the conversation early. He'll tell you that there are no more berries and that the beetle pig has eaten Mr. Midnight. And that if you cut him open, you can probably even save Mr. Midnight. Keep going further off to the left and you'll find an axe stuck in a tree. Grab the axe and then take your pills to go into the ultra reality. An old well will appear instead and you can break the top to find that it's actually bricked up. No, not that way. The owl nearby will get spooked from the noise and fly away, dropping a feather that you can pick up. Go back to the normal reality and then return to Antonio. Try to use the axe to kill the beetle pig, but it'll run and Antonio will be asleep. Use the feather to tickle him to wake him up so that you can ask him, "What should I do?" And then he'll tell you to give the beetle pig some berries so that he'll stay still long enough for you to kill him. You'll have to remind him about what he told you just a minute ago, that there are no berries left. He'll point you towards his house, and if you go in that direction, you will eventually run into his house. Well, maybe it's not his house, but it is a house. The door will be locked, so you'll have to use the axe to break the door down. That'll knock the handle off, which you'll need to pick up. Once inside the house, you can grab the glue from in the wardrobe, and then climb up onto the bench and grab a piece of meat that's hanging down. Now take your pills to go back into the ultra reality and you can throw the meat at the ants to get them off of the exterminator. He has a bag that you can pick up and take a mousetrap out of, as well as an exterminator's card. Then go back to the normal reality, well, as normal as it gets I guess, and inspect the tiny house in the corner of the room. Inside will be a family of pine cones who happen to have the berries that you need. You'll want to put the mousetrap on the floor in the middle of the room, then click on the kid to knock them over, causing the mother to come help them, and while the mother's helping the child, grab the berries. The father will try to attack you and get stuck on the trap, and the mother will be distracted trying to get the kid back up. If you don't get it quick enough that first time, you can always knock the kid back over and try again until you get those berries. With the berries in hand, you can head back to Antonio and feed the beetle pig. Then attack it with the axe to cut it open. Inside of the beetle pig is just a rat, not Mr. Midnight. So then go talk to the rat and he'll take you to the well. Talk to him again and question him about the comb that he stole. He'll ask you to comb him first to make him look good, so just do that and then he'll give it to you. Now take that back to the lucifern tree, use the pills to go to the ultra reality and use the comb on the luciferns. Now you can grab the key and head back to the well. Combine the glue, the door handle, and the tiny door in your inventory to make a magic door. Place that on the side of the well and then use the key to unlock it. You'll then have a short cutscene before you wake up in a kitchen. You'll first need to close the windows and then you can go to the shelves to the left of the cooker to pick up the baking powder and knife. To the right of the cooker, you can pick up the cauldron. Going to the left further into the kitchen, we can grab the matches sitting on a table next to some flowers. Go through the spice rack to pick up salt and pepper from there, as well as open the drawer of the white and green box. It'll have a rare seed that we need, and then we can leave the spice rack. Then turn the faucet on and fill your pot with water. Now we can proceed further into the left of the house, pick up the vase of ashes from next to the fireplace, and then start clicking on the cupcakes on the large table until you finally try one to get the It Tasted Fabulous achievement. Then climb the stairs so that you can grab the broom and open the drawers to grab the black candles from in there. Keep going to the left into another room, and after a quick cutscene, you can grab the tweezers from in the dresser. Head back to the right to the area where the stairs are, and you can pull the rope hanging down on the left side. That'll bring down a ladder that you can use to climb up to the attic. Go up there and pull the rope to turn the lights on to reveal a cage under a blanket. Pull that blanket off, and you found Mr. Midnight. The only problem is he's in a cage. You can talk to him, and then head back downstairs. You'll see that now the twins are down there, and they'll make a deal with you about performing a ritual for them before they leave to gather some more of the ingredients. Now going back into the kitchen, you'll see the weird skeleton guy pop his head back in to say hi, and then duck back out. Well, now you can go outside of the house through that window, and you'll be next to some water. Grab the piece of wood from the broken pier, and you can speak to the toad. He'll explain that he's also trapped and wants to leave, and that you need to do a different ritual in order to leave. You can place that rare seed that you picked up earlier out here in the water where the moon reflection is, and that will grow a blue rose. Grab that and then head back inside. Now take your pills to go into the ultra reality, and you'll fall down to the bottom of a well. Start climbing up the bricks that are sticking out of the back until you reach a gap that you can't get across. Luckily, we just picked up a board, so put that board down there, and now you can cross. Then, instead of using your knife to cut the rope at this point, you'll want to use your matches to burn the rope in order to get the I Burn You achievement. Now with that bottle at the bottom of the well, you can head back down there and try to grab the bottle. A frog will come out and try to swallow it before dying, and the bottle will return to floating up to the water. Use your tweezers to take out the spell from inside the bottle. Now, go back to the normal reality, and you can start checking off the rest of the list. One of which is blood from the executor of the spell, so we'll use the knife on Fran to get a little bit of blood. Now go back into the kitchen and you'll light the stove with your matches, then put your filled pot of water on the stove, add in the blue rose, salt and pepper, and Fran's blood. Then we can use the ashes on the ground where the black and white tiles are, place the black candles down there, and then light them with the matches. Now we'll have to go all the way back to the far left of the house where there's a typewriter. Use the spell that the twins gave us there so that we can write down that we also are going to need the hair from the twins on it. And now with the tampered recipe, we can go back to the room with all the food and talk to the twins. Use that tampered spell to convince them that you do need their hair and put it into the pot. You can then tell them that it's ready for them and they'll go over to the ritual spot with you. Go ahead and proceed through the ritual by taking the pot down for the potion and dump it on the twins. Then as you're doing the ritual, the twins will be gone and they'll leave behind a golden key. Take that with you upstairs and into the far left room to use on the lock above the mirror. That's going to get you into this cog puzzle, and you'll need to move the pieces around to get them all looking like this finished part that I'm showing now. I had to go through a lot of extra moves to actually get them to this point, but just know that this is where they all should end up. Now we can grab the cage key and head up into the attic. Once back in the attic, you can check out the stroller for the Hello Dolly achievement. Then use the cage key on Mr. Midnight's cage and you'll get Find Mr. Midnight as well. You can then head back down to the shoreline where the toad is and talk to him. He'll end up saying that he's too small to help you, but if you hand him the baking powder we picked up earlier, he'll get a lot bigger. Then he'll give you back your family photo and a book, and you can head on out with the toad and we can get Toad on board for completing this next minigame. This one is essentially just Frogger with a couple of very short levels, so it shouldn't be that hard to get through. Just make sure that you do not skip it. And now you'll get to a new area and attempt to go across a bridge, attempt to go across that, and you'll have a cutscene. Once you can then move again, you'll be in control of Mr. Midnight. You'll need to move the dress that's covering Fran's face to see that she is now a tree person, and then she'll ask you to go get her purse. Go off over to the right and you'll see some water where you can grab a crystal, then hit the lever on a tree to extend the pier and put the crystal in the cogs to keep the pier extended. Now you can go grab the purse and hand Fran the family photo. This'll start another set of conversations and cutscenes leading into Chapter 3. And that's going to be about it for Chapter 2, so the next video is going to be linked right here. And make sure you like, subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what other games you'd like me to cover next.